welcome to the Fandom Zone. It is I, General Zod, for a special review on a movie that's been out only on the award circuits, and yours truly has gotten a sneak peek, a preview, if you will. So let's talk about Joker. Joker is the film set around the 70s time period, and it is about Arthur Fleck, who is a man struggling with certain feelings of, how do I say, nothingness. He's empty, devoid, if you will. And this movie is entitled Joker, but it's really interesting because it has shades of other great films within it. And it also is a DC product. So for anyone who was curious, will this tackle the Joker? It most certainly does. But it does a different take on the mythos of the Joker, in which it branches out and it sort of goes into you could say, a Elseworld type of story, but there are Easter eggs for people who are fans of the material. Now, I know what people are going to say. They're going to say, oh, this gives away the mystery of the Joker, yada, yada, yada. Watch the film closely, though, and if you are a fan of the Killing Joke, you will particularly get something that this does, and it does not give away as much as you would think. And I tap dance around this because I don't want to spoil anything, but this film does not give away too much or detract from the mystery that is the Joker. Even the setting, if you track it chronologically, couldn't possibly happen in the era of Batman because Batman is a child in this film. So, with that being said, what is the pros of this movie? It is excellently shot. It's very gritty, realistic. I'd say more realistic than any other comic book movie that we have gotten set in the DC world. I almost want to say there is no CGI in this film. It is mostly practical effects and sheer acting. 2, everyone wants to know, is Joaquin Phoenix a good Joker? I'd say Joaquin Phoenix would be almost my number 1, if not number 2 Joker. And I'll tell you why. Every other Joker performed, whether you go Jack Nicklaus or whether you go Heath Ledger or if you go the really old school Jokers or the Mark Hamill or any of them, they are also with a strong supporting cast. This movie relies solely, and I do mean solely, on the shoulders and the performance of Joaquin Phoenix. If you are not invested in Joaquin, then this movie fails. And that's where this movie most certainly excels, is the fact that Joaquin Phoenix solely carries this performance. And that's not to say those who are supporting cast members aren't good, it's that you won't remember them. You are solely fixated on Joaquin Phoenix. There is literally maybe 1 or 2 shots where he's not present, but yet he still is. This movie solely depends on him delivering, and he delivers it gloriously. This performance is one of the most powerful performances I've seen, just taking out the label Joker. If we were just doing this as a film, this is what critics would call a tour de force of acting. Joaquin Phoenix latches onto this role, and he is glorious. He is magnificent. He is just what you would think of a crazy person and the descent into their madness. Now, another great thing this movie does. This movie does not necessarily see Joker as a person, but rather as a revolution. And that is what the Joker is essentially. Is there a character that he embodies? Yes. But when you think of Joker throughout the comics, throughout everything, Joker is a movement. Joker is the essence of chaos. Joker is the opposite of what Batman is. If Batman is order, then Joker is the flip side of that. That's why they play off of each other gloriously. And to me, this is the start of what that movement would be without giving too much away. So, what are the negatives? The first half of this movie may be a little bit slower for some people. It is a slow burn. But the second half of this film is breakneck. It's to the point where you don't even realize that you're to the ending till you get to the ending, because there's a lot of holy crap moments. There's one scene in particular that people will definitely remember from shades of The Dark Knight Returns. This does have homages from Todd Phillips, but it's weird. I do agree with critics in one sense. This movie, it brings Joker into our world, as opposed to bringing the real world to the Joker. The Joker put into real life is the best way I can describe this movie, and it is great. If Joaquin does not win some kind of an award for this, then the awards mean absolutely positively nothing. They're all trash. So what's my overall? You guys know I only have two systems. Zod approves or Zod disapproves. I would say metrically, if you were rating this, you would give it a high 8 or 9 just on acting alone. Now, if you're going on whether or not this hits the Joker, it depends on the individual. The Joker is subjective and how much people put stock into certain versions of the Joker. But I will say this much. If you are a normal moviegoer and know nothing about the comics, you will enjoy it. You will recognize stuff. If you are a comic book reader, you will pick out the Easter eggs from various versions. And if you are both, you will really enjoy this film. So, Zod approves. Zod highly approves. So, I have one more review coming out. It will be for It Chapter 2. But as for this one, I am done. And as always, thank you for coming to the Fandom Zone for a Fandom Zone review. If you like this review, please hit that subscribe button. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that like button. And if you enjoy this, hit the subscribe button. And as always, thank you everybody for joining me in the Fandom Zone. Remember the only rule here: kneel before Zod. If you liked the video, hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Welcome to the Fandom Zone.